Hey everyone, Eggman here with another video, and I'm joined with Brian Khieu. How you doing, Brian?
Doing all right. How about you?
I'm doing well. And you reached out to me. You got, I believe, fourth, was it, with your deck this weekend?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. And so, what did you end up bringing, and why did you kind of bring it?
So I brought red base Blackboard Greymon with a Ragna and Dorbick.
Yeah, and you were telling me too that you've been kind of experimenting with this for a while. In the last kind of EX3 regionals we had before nationals, you did top with your build there. I'll have a link to that too in the description for you guys who want to see the older deck list. But obviously, you're kind of used to kind of like this Dorbick mix in general, and this is a really weird format. This is a format that we get to experiment with a lot of different deck types and just kind of go on into it. So real quick before we get started, why do you think the red package versus the black package for Black or Gray?
So there's a couple reasons for that. The biggest reason that the searcher options are, in my opinion, better in the red package.
Mm-hmm.
For one, the Agumon X antibody, it just goes on top,
Yeah.
for free in
Mm-hmm.
both red and black. But the black one costs 4 hard play.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that just feels bad.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yes, you could add a black tamer, but I didn't really like it. I also just felt like the DP hitting DP thresholds in red is just a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, you should be bigger than everything else in the meta, other than I guess Crimson modes and security.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it ended up mattering a lot, especially when I played against the black base Blackboard Greymon.
Yeah, for sure. And I think both forms are pretty popular. And honestly, it's just really cool because I think part of this format was to kind of get rid of some maybe of the more popular BT11 decks, but they're still here. Bloom Lord maybe a little bit too good, but I think Blackboard Greymon's in a weird but cool position where you can really customize the deck, and since you can choose between the two bases, you can do a lot of experimenting with it, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Well, with that, let's just get started and look at the deck list that you brought.
All right. So I'll just start with the eggs. Should I do them
Sure.
upside down with this?
Yeah, that
Okay.
works. Yeah.
So I took one DP Poos Koromon and 4 Draw Koros.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this didn't really matter too much, just in case like there's a chance it grinds out. I play 5 because I saw that the yellow hybrid was, a little bit popular in some of those deck list breakdowns that you did before.
Yeah.
So I like running 5 in case I play against those matchups.
Sure. And
It's tough.
the one got 17th at that event, so
Oh, okay.
it almost got top 6. I was like, I want to cover it, but it was really close.
Yeah.
Shout outs to
Uh,
Ryan Tisby.
yep. See, just in case, right?
Just in case,
Yeah.
they were there.
Yeah. Drawcoro, because as I was saying before, when you're playing red, you get more, you hit those DP thresholds,
Yeah.
like, right? So
Mm-hmm.
and because I'm playing the Dorbick package, I wanted to draw more cards, right? No
Yeah.
pool boys, so need to draw somewhere.
For sure. For sure. That makes sense to me.
Start with the rookies. 2 of the just always boost Agumon.
Yeah.
Um, I don't play 4 because it's not a dinosaur.
Yeah. It's not a
Yeah,
Dorbick piece. Yeah.
not a Dorbick. Uh, 4 of the Searcher Agu.
Mm-hmm.
It's searching, right? Also not a Dorbick piece, but that's a. I can replace this later when we get the red yellow one, because that one actually is
Yeah.
dinosaur.
That one's exactly.
One Guilmon X. This is also like a mainstay from my current standard list.
Yeah, for BT11. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just like this in general because you can slot this under Dorbick. It's a dragon, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and this makes it so that so its inherited is that it will boost your DP destruction effect by 1.
Oh
Right?
yeah, that's actually I thought it was something that was just tied to the Graumon archetype. If it's just everything, there are definitely things that would help. Mostly like Metal Greymon. I'm thinking.
Yes, exactly. So there were a couple times where I had this slotted underneath something, and someone had promoted thinking that even though I get de-digivolved, it won't pop because it's not, it's not 3K.
Yeah.
And I said, it's 4.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's really nice.
this is the attack directly, boost 2K Agumon, run 2 because, well, it's Agumon, and this one is a dinosaur.
Yeah,
So
that one is a dinosaur, yeah.
gotta run it. Then 4 of the Agu X, and these ones are also dinosaurs.
Oh,
And
okay, cool.
yeah, so also more Dorbick pieces, right?
Yeah, there's
And
there's too many Agumons for me to. It's just it almost feels willy nilly, right?
yeah,
Like oh, I guess this one's a dinosaur, right? So, yeah, I appreciate you letting us know which ones are and are not Dorbick pieces too.
I believe it's because this one's like Marco.
Yeah.
And going on to that, something really important is that one of my main plays was just kind of like doing like a pseudo rookie rush by going like, hard play this, right, on turn 1, and then on the following turn going into this, just get that huge advantage. Even though there's no cool boy, this is still
It's
kind of
still draw 2 for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Greymon, because another Dorbick piece, and there were actually times where I put this underneath something, and my stack would just, because stack was usually protected in general, as you'll see, it just kept generating memory for me like every turn, because this is when once per turn you get a memory when you delete your opponent's Digimon.
Yeah, which happens still quite a lot for the Blackboard Greymon line too.
Yep. Security Greymon, it didn't really matter. I was just looking for another name, but another Dorbick piece. This one was also ties into why I think red is better, because just digivolving for 1 off of an Agumon, kind of insane.
Yeah.
Like easy to just, and it boosts by 2K. So I just kept I kept getting the chain going, digivolve and raising, play something out, digivolve into this, like reduce cost, and then just kept drawing, turning.
Yeah.
1 protection Greymon X, because I saw that Gallant was getting popular, so I wanted to get more protection.
Yeah. You think 1 was enough, or would you think about bumping it to 2?
I think it was fine.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I could, but I'm gonna be real. This thing is too insane.
Yeah.
The card is so good that, see, still top without cool boy, right?
Yeah. And so would you, is he a Dorbick target too?
Yes.
Okay.
All Greymons are Dorbick target. So all 4s are Dorbick.
Gotcha. Because I was wondering if, like, I know a lot of people think about Deltamon, and I don't think Deltamon's a target for Dorbick.
Composite.
Yeah, composite, and I don't think it's one of the targets for it, but it does help that reduction too.
Right. But yeah, it's just that going, for the reduction, just digivolve for 1 into this.
Yeah.
It's just so powerful of a play. Well, and then into the Metal Gray, that it's so memory efficient and so powerful that
you get to go into Metal Gray for 3, which is the standard memory for a lot of these plays. So
this was too good.
Yeah, clearly. Panda agrees.
Metal Greymon, pretty self-explanatory. Too good.
Yeah.
Best card in the deck, probably.
Very strong.
I played 2 Alterous mode because I just wanted the protection. And this also, goes on top of the Metal Greymon. So this makes it so that some people were telling me, oh, I should take out the, the black-red metal, for the protection, more of the protection, since Gallant was getting popular. But this makes it so that I don't care. Like, I get both the reduction and the
because you get both, and again, like even though like the protection of the Gray X is great, it's more of just like the cost reduction more than anything else. That's the thing that really accelerates it.
Yep. And then 2 Metal X, Sometimes I got the pop effect off.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, I mean, they were good, and I don't know if I used the other one, the old one, more. Uh,
Sure.
it's hard to say. This was mostly because like an anti-machine Dramon card,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can't be Digivolve for your turn.
Yeah,
So
and Machine
that was,
Dramons was pretty rampant there too. It didn't. I don't think it topped 16 this event, but I know a lot of people were on it.
mm. So this was mostly like just combat.
Sure.
Came up in the black base.
Sure.
That
Yeah.
was good. And then going to the megas, 3 Black War, 3 Gaio, 1 Black War X. So they're all Dragonkin.
Oh, okay.
So they all go under Dorbick.
Nice.
And this ratio just felt good to me. Um, Up tamers, you know, answer threats immediately. And I think it's really important to run this though, because
Mm-hmm.
especially against Blue Flare, this was super useful because like he did manage to like chip me down all the way, but then
Mm-hmm.
uh
Being able to use the
yeah,
effect. Yeah.
I had the redirection, and you only get the pop if it's on top of a Black War, which is why you
Sure.
need to run more
Mm-hmm.
than you might normally would in BT11.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, this felt good.
For sure.
And then Dorbick, because that's you're just kind of churning through the deck, and Dorbick answers a lot of things. Dorbick answers Black Base because Black Base cannot get protection because
Mm-hmm.
they don't have the Greymon X
Yeah.
or the ult. And there were a lot of times where my opponent, like, they put me to a lot of memory just trying to clear my stack,
Mm-hmm.
and I just Dorbicked away, whatever they used to answer it, and then reestablished, and they just lose because of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then Ragna. So main combo is you have a stack out that's protected, and then you're controlling the board until you get the Dorbick out. Play out the Dorbick with pieces, cross,
Mm-hmm.
and then you could swing with both the Dorbick and your stack, but you should just calc how much you actually need,
Mm-hmm.
how many swings you actually need, and then just go Dorbick, Digicross into Ragna, and you'll clear all the security and swing for.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very, very
Yeah.
strong.
There were a couple times where my opponent thought that they had the game because it looked like I was about to deck out,
Sure.
and then
Sure.
I would just pull out the Dorbick Ragna, and then
Yeah.
you know,
They lost.
yep. All right, and then onto options. One Blaze because I thought, considering what decks were expected in the meta, I thought Blaze was going to be good. Well, Bloom Lord and against Bloom and Blue Flare.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think against a Blue Flare player, they tried to hard play Gaussmon and another Dracomon,
Mm-hmm.
and I just blazed it.
And then
And
they couldn't even proc the
yeah, I
Gaussmon.
can't
Yeah.
proc
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I think like Merva's, there's enough Merva's around. That's a good tech for that too.
yeah. I did blaze the Bloom player that we
Yeah.
streamed, but well, it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
2 fireballs because I just wanted a little bit of draw power.
Mm-hmm.
I actually used to have 4 of this for Heir of Dragons, but when I was solitaring, it didn't feel right. So I
Mm-hmm.
upped. I cut them down, and it felt better. And then for Memboost, um, I think
Yeah.
in this meta you kind of need to run it.
Everyone's running Memboost, at
Yeah,
least 2 of like it's silly how many. I mean, it's there's always hitting, right? Like it's
yeah,
everything's monocolor, so why would you not?
yeah. Felt really good. Hero. Uh, this I was toying around with the Marcus
Mm-hmm.
instead because I was swinging so much.
Yeah.
Um, but uh, I don't think the DP boost actually mattered. So maybe Marcus actually would have been better.
Okay.
Who
Sure.
knows?
But a 4 tamer is a 4 tamer. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the actual best tamer, Yoli.
Yes. Yoli. Yeah.
So Shout out to Luis, who my friend who told me to run this.
Mm-hmm.
This card was actually so good. So basically, start of main, you get one memory if you have a red Digimon in play,
Yeah.
and so it's like a Kazu, and
Yeah. Or like a Cody.
yeah, and I usually did have it generated so much memory for me because I usually would have a stack out that was
Mm-hmm.
protected, and I'm just controlling the board, so I'm always getting the memory of the Yoli.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the other effect is when a two-color Digimon or more color Digimon attack, well, on my turn, then I can suspend her and pop a 3k DP or less Digimon.
Yeah.
So that should be like a mem blocker or something.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, there's a lot of those, like a lot of people are playing those mem blockers or just a lot of those kind of rookies that just try to stay there for a long time. And getting like the free pop for that seems very, very strong.
Yeah. What was hilarious to me was that I actually procced while I had the Agumon X underneath them. So I procced
Oh,
a 4k.
interesting.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I guess
little edge case there. That's really interesting. Oh, cool. Well, yeah. Would you say one's the lucky number there, or you be trying to find spot for maybe a second one?
I felt the deck ran really well, so I don't change it. Hard to say. I wanted to find another space
I'm
for
not a fan of one ofs, but you've got like 10 one ofs in there, so
yeah.
you work with what you got, so you're working with it. So
I was churning so much that I kind of like saw like every
yeah, no, like
and
this deck does, especially since you're running the X ante, even without Cool Boy, just a free cycle like every turn at least tends to
yeah,
be very, very strong.
exactly. The other nice thing is that um something I like is if I open up Agu and Agu X,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll like to play Fireball or Yoli or Boost just in general, just to get that cycle off for sure. I know
Yeah.
some people like going just digivolving the Agu everything X antibody in the back, but
Mm-hmm.
that that's just a note I wanted to. You want to
Yeah.
get all the procs off.
Yeah, because you gotta know what you're searching for and get the highest probability for success there too. So, and obviously with you testing this deck or playing kind of a similar build for it for so long, you definitely know what tends to be more consistent for you on your searches.
Yeah,
Well, cool. Well, that should be the deck for us. I do appreciate you again reaching out to show it off. And again, I really do like some of the creative builds that we saw this weekend, and yours was definitely on there. Do you have any shout outs before we end it?
yeah. So I just want to give a shout out to Luis, Jackie, uh, what was it? And Tom for giving me the alt art Dorbick.
Yeah, you
uh,
gotta run it for stream.
yeah, exactly. And shout out to everyone at Card Shop Santa Clara and the Bay Area DigiDestin Discord.
Oh, nice.
They helped me criticize my deck because I told them I wasn't gonna practice for this event in
Ah,
field. I just felt kind of tired after Nats.
yeah,
So
sure. I mean, it worked out. Like
yeah,
you're able to get that top 16 finish there. So, well, cool. I'm really glad to hear that. And honestly, most people who do well or test at events, it's always a work with the community. So I'm happy you have a good community with you to support you and help you out with your card game endeavors. It's always really cool to see someone like the hype posts and stuff
yeah.
when the community tops. So I'm glad you got it this weekend.
And I guess as my final shout out, I want to give a shout out to you because I just really love your content and the decklist breakdowns are just and the stuff you do for the community. Like I think it's invaluable. That
Well,
helps me want to keep playing and
yeah,
keep thinking.
well, I really appreciate that, and yeah, I really love card games, and I know that it's such a barrier of entry for a lot of people, like for a lot of reasons. So if I can
Yeah,
help people get in there and find people and find friends in your Bay Area to play with and hang out with, that really makes me really happy that it works out like that. So I'm glad it's doing that. Well, I really do appreciate you again reaching out and again for topping, especially with a creative build like this. And I think that's going to be it for this video. So again, thank you very much to Brian for showing off his deck. Congrats again. Good luck in your future events, and we're going to catch you all next time.
Damn it. Damn it.